Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly about staying at Vidanta Cancun. So in this video I want to share with you everything you need to know about staying at the Grand Mayan, the Mayan Palace, the Bliss, or the Grand Luxxe. It's basically a big compound, has a bunch of different locations inside of it. It's a pretty cool place. I'm actually going to start with the ugly first. There really isn't a lot, but I just really, and I'll kind of start from the very beginning. But when I first got there, I actually just ate like a big Mexican meal in Cancun, so I was kind of like lethargic and just kind of, and it was really late at night. It was like a Saturday night at like 10 o'clock, so it's probably not the best experience. But I remember just checking in, like going to check in, and my cousin dropped me off, and I remember I was like the place kind of felt eerie, just because it's like this like massive parking lot that you pull into, and like imagine a typical like hotel check-in times like 10. So it's like all these weird lanes, and like and luckily my cousin was driving, so he knew like kind of approximately where to go, but like I just remember it just felt very impersonal. And like I said, it was Saturday late at night, about 10 o'clock at night, but there was nobody there guiding, so I was just kind of watching where people went, and so I kind of assumed that everybody is going in the same direction I needed to be going, so that's what I did. I just followed everybody else. And then once you get in the check-in, there's a main lobby, and then they shuttle you off to your lobby of wherever you're staying at. And so I had reservations at the Mayan Palace, but I guess it was closed. It was right after COVID. So obviously some of my experiences are going to be a little bit different than yours probably, because it was right after the whole lockdown pandemic. And it actually happened like a couple weeks ago. I lost my phone, so I had to wait to get a new phone, flown in from the States. But so I had that experience, didn't really care for it. That was really the only ugly. I just didn't really, I was like, man, this is very impersonal. And I've heard other people talk about how, they made them like spray themselves down with and like I said, this is all post-COVID, so it may be a different experience by the time you get here. But, just they were like spraying their luggage down, and I don't know, I didn't see that, but it may have happened. And we'll go into the bad. Like I said, there's really not a lot of bad, but like I said earlier, it's a massive compound. So they have to use these golf cart shuttles, and it's, like I said, it's very impersonal. I don't really care for it, but with it being so big, they have to accommodate it, and I guess that's the best they could do, which isn't that bad, I guess. But you do sometimes have to wait in line. You do sometimes have to wait for the shuttle to come by. And so, and the other thing with the resort is it's in the middle of Cancun and Playa del Carmen, so it's not in the middle. It's by Puerto Morales, and so it can be good or bad. It really depends on how you look at it. But the one advice I will tell you is if you book a tour, make sure it includes transportation. Otherwise, you're on your own, because to get out of the resort is like $20 to $30. It just depends on who you ask. I actually took the cheap way out. I actually took the combis, the colectivos, whatever you want to call them. They're basically, or rutas, those are another name they're given. It's basically the local transportation. What the locals use, it's like 40 pesos. So I was like, $30 or 40 pesos. I was like, I think I'll just do the 40 pesos. And so, and like I said, you honestly have to like walk like a quarter mile to get to the location to where they can, where the colectivos can pick you up. So it's not really easy to get out of there if you're not paying for a taxi, or if you don't have a transportation included with your tour or wherever you're going. Which leads us to the next thing is I would give myself 30 minutes before I had to be anywhere. So if they're scheduled to pick you up at 9, I would be there at 8:30. I know, and that's another thing you'll learn if you're taking tours. Sometimes they're early, sometimes they're late. They're supposed to wait for you, but sometimes they won't. So make sure you're there early. And the reason I say 30 minutes, it only took me 15 minutes the day I timed it. But there were a couple times where I had to wait for a shuttle, and it also depends where in the resort you're at. Obviously, you may be a little bit closer, but just to be safe, just give yourself 30 minutes, relax. It's a beautiful view. There's really a lot of things that it's not a there's a lot of things to look at. It's a nice place. which actually leads us to the next part. A lot of people, and I read a lot of reviews before I went and after, but a lot of people talked about how it's not a beachfront resort. Even though the resort is on the beach, your room will not face the beach. You have no beachfront view. You're going to be facing the jungle, which I thought was pretty cool. I had a nice little terrace, had chairs. You just basically see a wall of trees, but I thought it was cool. I don't know. That's just me. But if you're looking for like that beachfront view and be able to hear the ocean, no, you have to literally walk like 12 minutes to get to the beach. Well, that's where I was at. I was about in the middle of the resort, so I guess you can take the subtract or add time depending on where you're at. But that was the other thing. You may not like that. Like I said, you have to walk about 10 to 15 minutes just to get to the beach. But there's so much beautiful scenery when you're getting there, you don't really notice it. Or like I said, you can take the shuttle. I never took the shuttle to the beach. I always just walked it because there's like these back paths you'll walk, and I'll talk about that later. But the other thing, I actually didn't experience it. I heard a lot of the restaurants were overpriced, and I knew a lot of them would be closed during COVID and stuff. So I actually do a fast every month, and so I was like, why don't I just do a fast there? It was around the time, I always do it like around the middle of the month, and so I was like, well, I can either do it before or after, or I can just do it while I'm there. And so I chose to do my fast while I was there. It actually made it super easy, because you have to walk to a restaurant, so it's not like they're not like, it's not like here or wherever you're staying at, or where your restaurants or your favorite place to eat at or at. Like they're kind of hidden. You have to like know where you're going to want to go there. You're not going to accidentally find an awesome place. You have to kind of know where you're going. But I heard the restaurants weren't that great, and they were overpriced. But keep in mind, these are negative reviews, so there's probably thousands of people that had an amazing experience, didn't think the food was overpriced. But that was I'm just letting you know what I read in other reviews. And I said I didn't want to find out. I said it just kind of fell in line perfectly with the time I do my fast anyways. So if you can do a fast, it's a great place to do a fast, not going to lie. I actually was never hungry. There was so many things to do on the resort. It was a beautiful place. So now we're going to lead to the good. A lot more good than bad, fortunately. So the main thing I liked is I loved how clean everything was. I'm talking from the landscaping to, they did a really good job of cleaning the desks, even when you check in. Your rooms are just super clean. The housekeeping does a really good job. They even have one of the things I liked is they even had a night housekeeper come every night if you needed to switch towels, because I know I've been in that situation before where I go to the pool or I go to the ocean, and I come back and my towels are now all wet, but they give you tons of towels. Granted, I went by myself, so I had like 10 towels in there, and I obviously just needed one. And I didn't even get in the ocean. I've been in Cancun for like 2-3 months now, so the ocean is beautiful. I love to look at it, but I never get tired of the view. But I'm not a big ocean swimmer, and the pools are really nice too. I'm not a pool swimmer either, but that's one of the beauty of the place. There's so many there's so many pools, there's so many cabanas, there's so many sometimes when you stay at a resort, you stay at a hotel, you're like right next to somebody else, which, some days I feel like being social. I feel like talking to other travelers, and that's one of the things I love about traveling is I get to meet other travelers. But some days I like to just chill by myself, or like if you're with your family, you may just want like some family time where you guys can each like talk and enjoy yourself. There's tons of space for that. There's tons of tables and cabanas and so many cool places. And like I said earlier about it being away from Cancun, that may be a plus for you. You're away from all the hustle and bustle of Cancun. You're in this amazing resort. There's no just anything negative you can think about why you wouldn't want to be at a busy resort is there. The way it's kind of designed, even though I know there was more people there, I kind of felt like it was like at 10% capacity. Just the way everything's designed, like you kind of feel like you're in this like secluded jungle resort, which I enjoyed. But like I said, it really depends on what you're looking for. The other thing I really liked is the wildlife and the nature. And they actually give you this really cool map This is how big the resort is, guys. It's probably like a square mile. I don't know how big that is. They give you this really cool map, and on the back it has all the. And you have to ask for it. I asked for it at the lobby in my whatever it's called section, and they has all the different animals. Oh, and these animals are so cool. The coyotes, or I don't know how you say it. They look like little lemur monkey looking things, spider monkey things. And I remember they were walking across the path, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like I was in a zoo. Like I felt there was so many different animals. And guys, I've been to a lot of places. Like I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I've been to multiple like wildlife reserves. I've been to like national parks, and like not like thousands, but probably like a couple dozen, I don't know. Anyways, and so I've seen nature, you know, face to face, and like, you know, you see animals, but there I just felt like it took it to another level. There was so many iguanas, there was like birds everywhere, like butterflies landed on me. I was like, what the heck, like this is crazy. And they also have enclosed crocodiles. They're kind of lazy, they don't really do anything. I remember there was a kid yelling at it, like not yelling at it, but like he was like, Dad, why won't they move? And it was like, that's what they do all day, you know. But then there's also flamingos there too. They don't really do much either, and I just kind of looked at them for like literally like 5 seconds and walked off. But if you like looking at flamingos, go ahead and do that. But there's so many cool like wildlife there, animals. If you like that, you'll love it too. The only thing I wish they would have labeled it. Like I didn't even know where my room was at on this map. Like here's the back paths I was telling you about. There's little like signs telling you where to go, but it's not 100% like easy. Like I'm pretty good at directions, and there was a couple times where I got lost. So anyways, but that map might help you. Honestly, if I was like a little kid, or if I had kids, I'd be like, hey guys, let's label all these because that would have helped out a lot. Because there was a couple of times where I was like, I don't know where I'm at right now, and I just had to keep walking until I found out where I was at. But it wasn't that bad. And then I didn't experience this, but they had a Cirque du Soleil. It was actually, I thought everything was closed. So I thought Jungala was closed, which is their water park. But I found out later it was open the whole time. I'm like, oh, like I probably would have done that if I would have known it was open. Then they have a Cirque du Soleil there. I think it's across the street, but obviously it's part of their business concept, I think. But there's a Cirque du Soleil, so those are the cool things. Trust me, I want to go back and I want to go check those out. But my favorite thing was the people were super friendly. Like I'm talking like next level friendly. Like you're like, how do they find all these nice people? Like what they do is they walk past you is they cover their hands or their heart, I think is what they're doing. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. They always do that little salute. I don't know if it's like a Mayan thing or I don't know, whatever. But they're all like super friendly. Literally every person I asked for anything was super friendly, super helpful. You know, and like I said, even the housekeeping staff, like most housekeeping staff, they keep to themselves. They don't like, you know, they try to remain like invisible, I think. And I'm sure they do there too, but like if I asked them a question, they were super friendly and super helpful. And then, I don't know, I just really enjoyed the whole experience. I definitely want to go back and check it out. Go back after all this lockdown stuff is over. And I checked out Cirque du Soleil. I've actually never seen Cirque du Soleil. I don't know, I've been to Vegas multiple times. I don't know, I just never did it. So maybe I'll do it here while I'm in Cancun. But if you like this video, please like it. If you like to learn more about Cancun and vacation secrets around here, please subscribe to this channel. We're going to do a lot of cool videos. It talks about things to learn or you know, things you might want to know about Cancun and visiting the area, the Riviera, my area. But if you have any questions about this video, please leave it in the comments. But thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.